Greetings, traveler. I know it may be tempting not to heed warnings telling you to turn back now, but this one you might want to pay attention to if you're sensitive towards sexual content or foul language in a podcast. We will be swearing during this episode, and we will be talking about some not so PG-13 things. So this is your one and only chance to turn back now. Please enjoy the show.
No!
Recording in progress.
She's not
I
allowed
still
to
have
record.
never heard her.
She can't record
Why
in my
is-
new apartment.
r/children falling over the second top community on Reddit right now.
I guess it's funny to watch kids fall.
Also, well, no, it's not even that. It's rated as the second top in top all communities. Like, oh, that's cute.
Oh,
What?
I guess it's cute to watch kids fall over.
I don't think
Number
it
one, it's
is.
r/all,
That makes
but
sense.
right under it is r/children falling down.
I don't understand Reddit.
I don't think Reddit understands Reddit.
Oh man.
Yeah, you guys are ready? You excited to talk about pets today?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
About pets and animals
Yes.
Is that okay, Levi?
We're not allowed to talk about animals.
Well, shit.
Just
What?
pets.
Just okay. So like a cat.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that not? Never mind.
No.
Okay.
I don't know either.
I actually know a very funny story about pets in D&D from one of my dad's old campaigns.
I believe I know this story, but please.
It's very, very unfortunate, but it's so funny. So somebody, I don't
that's true.
remember, I don't know if he was the DM or somebody else was the DM, but the party, one of the members of the party had like a familiar that was a bird. And so somebody had gotten fed up with the bird or something. And so the bird went missing for a hot sec. And then they were invited to this like fancy dinner by some NPC or something. And they started serving dinner and they were eating some kind of mysterious bird. And they never found the player's familiar ever again.
Yes.
I should do that to you guys.
That does make me
No.
wonder, like, if it's a familiar, that's like magical, right? Like, isn't familiar
That's like a
technically
fey creature, I think.
Yeah, like,
No.
if you
You can
resummon
pick.
it,
It can be Fae, Celestial, or Fiend. You pick.
but like if you resummon the same familiar, do they come back cooked or digested?
Oh
Or
my
like,
god.
like, do you get hungry if you summon them? Like, oh,
I hate that.
I'm just curious.
Raw? No, I don't think so.
No, they're cooked.
God damn it.
Roll it. Hey everybody, welcome to the Nat One Podcast, aka Nope, because nope, you're not gonna want to hear what we're about to have to say. I'm Pertusik.
I'm Levi.
And I'm Jordan.
I knew you were gonna do that one. The second I didn't think about it, and then the second raw came out of my mouth, in my head, I was like,
Oh
he's
no.
gonna make a joke about them being cooked.
Oh my goodness.
Man, you know, pets are cool in D&D and animals in general, like beasts.
The one we just talked about was pretty hot.
Yes. we have some experience with pets in D&D, but I'll be
A
honest,
little bit.
I don't know the rules regarding pets too much, except for it's like, get animal. It now has turn in combat.
Yeah, no, I don't really think there are many like specific rules regarding pets.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
don't think we've
Um,
even used them in combat either.
Yeah.
It really just depends on I mean, there's a few subclasses that give you some special rules on like animal companions. Like the ranger has a couple,
Yeah.
and there's cavalier for fighter, which gives you your mount, whatever you
Yeah.
want to do with your mount. But in general, I don't think there's any special rules particularly. I think it's just you have to form through RP some kind of bond with a creature, and then the DM's like, okay, get a stat block for them. Like, and also there's, depending on what classes you are, there are spells like Find Familiar and Summon Steed, well, Find Steed, Lesser Steed. But yeah, no, I mean, the danger with non-magical pets and using them in combat is them dying. permanently. So there's that. That's a reason why I think a lot of people don't use their pets in combat unless they're particularly hardy.
Yeah.
Well,
We have a pretty good track record with, well, I was gonna say we have a pretty good track record with pets not dying. We don't have a very good track record of not setting dangerous lizards on unsuspecting towns.
that is true. We got to talk about our track record with pets because we got.
I have a good
Some
track record with
problems.
pets. I'm gonna clarify that. I'm fine.
I think I did well, but I'm glad that you made that distinction clear to me, Levi. I wasn't sure if there were special rules or not. And I'm sure if there are some we're missing, people can tell us in the comments or will instruct us to a section of the book. But I think that by that definition, if I make a friend, a person, they are technically a pet.
No.
I befriend them in RP and then I get a stat block.
No.
That's what Dylan did.
That's what the sidekicks thing is for.
You're telling me a horse can't be a sidekick?
Depends on what capacity. If we're talking like
well,
tangled, like yes, the horse is the sidekick.
no, he's on to something here.
See?
I think that
You can't have NPCs as pets.
they are just
Mouse.
interchangeable terms. Because if
Dylan
you're
did prove you
talking
could have
about,
them as mouse.
okay, in the real world, societally, those aren't interchangeable terms. No. But if we're talking in the terms of the game, Dungeons and Dragons, if we're thinking about them just as like mechanical terms, pets and like sidekicks are pretty much interchangeable.
It's just, well, no, you can talk to both of them too if you have speak with animals.
I
Yep.
feel like it depends on how functional the pet is, because I
Yeah,
definitely would not. Well, because if you don't have a pet that acts alongside you in combat, I would not consider that a sidekick.
But you could
Let's
have a
be real.
sidekick that doesn't act along inside combat. The sidekick doesn't necessarily have to be one of the sidekick stat blocks. They could just be a commoner.
Well, yeah, but if we're talking about pets and sidekicks being the same thing, then I think that's the qualification for a pet to be a sidekick, is they would have to have some kind of action,
Okay.
like alongside you. We're not going to qualify.
Well, I mean, even rats, like the stat block for a rat can bite a person. That's an action they can take in combat.
All I know is I don't want to get sidekicked by a mount. I think it kills people. Especially if it's like a big mount. More importantly, though, the actual reason I'm glad we made that clarification, there's no real rules for it. That means that anything can be a pet / mount /
Yes.
sidekick.
That's
Whatever.
actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because the other day when I was writing something for a Coliseum that I'm building for the next campaign I'm running, I actually found this very interesting creature that we talked about. We were in Discord together, myself and the Will-I, and I never knew it existed. And it's really weird because like you could have this thing as a pet.
Wait, is it the
And
thing
it'd
that
be
we were
pretty
talking
cool.
about that Taryn's going to
Yes.
get?
I'm
Yes!
trying to figure out what it's called again because I can't remember exactly what it's
It
called.
was gray something, and I can't remember what it was. I remember the
Look.
picture that you sent to the chat.
Gray salad. No.
It was not gray salad.
I love the
Um,
chaos table for that. That is so funny. There's like
Yeah,
a quirk table for it where it has like some kind of, it like either chews on furniture or people. And
Yeah,
there's like there's one where it like uncontrollably, like it has attachment issues.
mhm.
It has separation anxiety. And there was something else that was bonkers that Taryn rolled for his, and I can't remember what it was.
And he was like, "Can I please not have it?" And I was like, "You rolled for it. You're keeping it."
Question is it spelled gray the American way or the British way?
I
think
don't
the
remember
American
which
way.
is which half the
Also,
time.
I don't. Maybe it doesn't have gray in the name because I'm looking through the G's right now in the. Maybe I didn't find it in the monster manual. Maybe that's the problem. Because I'm looking through the monster manual right now and I'm not seeing it. There are going to be people out there that know what I'm talking about, and they're
Yeah.
going to be like, "Oh, it's called this thing, Levi." You don't know what you're looking for, really? Fake DM. But yeah, while I'm searching for it, yeah, it's a pretty neat little thing. That's also the thing too, is like just that in general. You could have anything like on the monster manual. Any monster could just be. That's a thing actually in D&D Beyond. If you didn't know, in the extras section of every character sheet, you can add pets and mounts and stuff, and it can just be literally anything that has a stat block.
Okay, you say this, and this is just further encouraging Taryn to ask for a pet aboleth.
He can ask. Doesn't mean it's gonna happen. but he can ask.
I think it would
Yeah,
be
no, I'm
funny
not
if he had a
finding
pet aboleth. Then there's really a debate of who's actually the pet in that.
Oh no, it would
that
be
duo.
Terrence.
There you go. I like that.
No, it would be Terrence's character.
We just know which one's the sidekick. Whichever one has legs.
Sidekick. I need to rewatch that movie. Sky High is a great movie.
It is a good movie. Yeah, there's a lot of fun things you can do with pets if you can do it right. But
Mine are usually just accessories because I like the aesthetic of having
exactly.
animals that go along with my character.
People can do whatever they want with their pets so long as, the table's cool with it and all that. And I mean, I would like it if you didn't just get pets to mutilate them or something. But I guess if that's what your table likes. But I know when we started playing and we were getting pets, I had full intent of like, yes, this is extra action economy. This is what I want. And so I was like, no, you guys, if you have pets, don't forget to bring them out in combat because we need help. But now I'm like, if you want a pet to just hang around, that's cool too.
No, Terrence was a glorified scarf. That's
I do like it if they actually ever get used at all. Maybe not in combat, but if you can use them utility wise, they're like, send a letter, retrieve a letter. Or espionage, if you have speak with animals and you can be like, hey, go watch these people and then tell me what happens. That would be sick. But I don't like it when they're like, yeah, I have this pet. 50 sessions later, I forgot.
Or keep a stash of rats so that you can use your once a day action to deflect all of the damage of a large attack onto your pet rat.
I don't know who would do that.
I don't know. I can't imagine that it's anybody on this call.
That poor rat.
His name was Mouse.
He kept me alive. All
He
right.
did. That poor
Rest
thing.
in peace, Mouse.
I love whenever the rules, whenever you can get them to work in such a funny way, it's one of the best things ever. Okay, we gotta tell that story. That's a good story to tell.
Yes, please.
In general, I think I have a good track record with my pets. They either become very useful.
Oh, I found it, by the way. Sorry.
Oh, what was it?
It's called a gray render.
That's what it was.
The entire list is loading, so it's making me not be on it anymore. Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh my god. Stop. I don't want to look at the elementals.
I think you do.
You might want
Not the GIF.
The GIF?
No. Gray render. Okay, here he is. A curious impulse drives the gray render. Despite its hulking form and terrible appetite, it wants most of all to bond with an intelligent creature, and once bonded, give its life to protect that creature.
Dude, it's me.
This thing is a large monstrosity.
It's me.
And,
I'm in this picture.
If you look in the Discord, I sent a picture of what these look like in the Discord. I think in art, like a week or two ago.
Yeah.
It's like this, like it looks sort of like a mole rat, like a naked mole rat, but big,
but gigantic.
Yeah, and yeah, they have a whole quirk table. 12 quirks, 12 different quirks you can roll for your gray render. So 1, if you roll a 1, they hate horses and other mounts. If you roll a 2, they roar loudly when their bonded creature is touched by another creature.
Mm-hmm.
A 3, they like to snuggle.
All right, Levi, don't give us the whole table. Give us highlights and dip it.
Well, they're all highlights.
The second one is just squiggles.
All right, then
it's the
people
touch table.
go find the gray render online to look at all the highlights.
What if they don't own it, Produce-It? What if they actually no, they can't, because you can't buy this one anymore. It's in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes.
Just which one was the one that Taryn pulled? That's the only important one.
I don't remember.
God damn it, Levi.
I think it was attacks carts and wagons as if they were terrible monsters.
No, that's what it was.
Yeah. So Terrence attacks carts and wagons.
Well, good. Never liked those things anyway. I don't trust them.
No.
I told you it's me.
But
I'm
also, this is one of those pets that like actually could do combat. It has a natural AC of 19.
That's pretty good.
And average hit points of 189.
That's not bad.
It has multi-attack with 3 attacks. It gets a bite and 2 claw attacks. And it has a reaction. When it takes damage, it may make an attack with its claw against a random creature within its reach, other than its master. So it could be an ally. If
don't go near the gray render in combat.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty cool.
But anyway, mouse story.
Yes, the mouse story is also very fun. I don't know. We don't play like Pokemon D&D. So it's not like we went around getting creatures that we could recruit. Although I do love the idea of being someone that like finds, I don't know, like a giant fire elemental and being like, you work for me now, or something like
This is
that.
my pet Fluffy.
Yeah.
Depths of
Hello.
hellfire.
But I like to think that I looked into the rules very in depth when they applied to me, and I had an opportunity using a certain magical item to reflect damage that is done to me once per day to a creature that's within 5 feet of me. And I thought to myself, I was like, this is very valuable. But I was playing a rogue, and I was like, I don't know how often I'll be exactly within 5 feet of somebody else other than, an enemy creature. It had to be a friendly creature, I'm pretty sure was one of the stipulations. So I was like, well, I don't know when I'm going to be next to somebody. And even if it was someone that was a friendly creature, I don't know if I'd want to do it to them. So instead I was like, I'm going to buy many rats and not explain why to Levi. And then when the time comes that I get hit by a really hard attack, I will activate my trap card and it will hit the mouse or the rat instead. And the first rat that I bought that I did this for, I named the Mouse. And we were fighting some kind of some of those creatures. I forget what that name is. That's like the brand for all those creatures.
Or a star spawn something.
Yeah, the star spawn critters. They hit me with a big psychic attack, which I was playing a totem barbarian as well. So that was the only thing I didn't have resistance to, and I'm pretty sure it would have one-shot me, or at least like do more than half my HP.
You might have had
attack.
massive damage, yeah.
So I was like, and I think it was also a crit or something, because like it was a lot of damage. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna take that. So I unveiled Mouse from my pocket. And
behold,
Levi had the great pleasure of explaining how on earth I used my reaction to force a psychic attack directed at me to hit the rat named Mouse.
Rest in peace, Mouse. You died for a noble cause.
Mouse 2 never died, at least.
I'm trying to find the guys.
The
There's
guys.
Starspawn Gru, Starspawn Hulk, but no, that's not. Neither of those are it. Starspawn Larva Mage, no.
Are we sure it wasn't a
Starspawn.
homebrew thing?
It was not a homebrew thing. I remember
No.
I got it from some. I remember there was a picture. There was a picture of them.
Yeah,
And what they looked like. Starspawn Seer, no.
I remember seeing the picture.
Wait, maybe Starspawn Seer? No.
No,
Because the ones that these were, they had a thing where they could literally just move through stone whenever they wanted to. Maybe it wasn't Starspawn. Maybe it was something else.
Were those ones different?
What do you mean? Were those ones different?
Well, I know that the theme for that whole place was the Star Spawn, because we fought the Hulk and we also fought the big worm.
Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe they were different. I can't remember. But like, I remember they could go through stone. Like it was called like Stone Walk or something.
I thought it was the Larva Mage, but also that was just off of a hunch. Like that was like, oh, that sounds familiar.
Let me take a look. See, Starspawn Larva Mage.
While he's reading through that, Jordan, would you like to explain some of your pet stories?
Yes, I don't have very many. Like, I didn't abuse my pets, so there's not many. But I've had three pets, but two like for the long running campaigns, because there was Sassafras the lizard from the Star Wars campaign that was very unimportant, but we love Sassafras. And then for Vivia 1, Mercury had a gigantic pet snake named Terrence, who was worn as a glorified scarf for most of the campaign and actually ended up being trapped in the pocket dimension with Mercury that Mercury was trapped in. More about that in the lore series. But he was the only living being that Mercury had with him for like what felt like 200 years. So they are very close. And I hope he never died, because that would make me sad. And I love Terrence. And then for Vivia 2, we had Terry, which was Atlas's pet raven, who carried messages basically all around the continent, because we did some that were for like party purposes. Atlas had some conversations with an NPC from his past via Raven. So yeah, Terry came in very, very usefully. We love Terry.
Yeah, you kept your pets alive, which is more than what most people could say.
Yeah, well, because I also didn't like forget about my pets. I was always very intentional of like, okay, we're taking a long rest, and the bird also gets fed.
Yeah. That was the thing that I was like, it didn't make me go like, oh, you guys are bad, but I was always like, guys, we know what happens if we go and get pets. You're gonna spend 50 gold on something you won't remember for the next 15 sessions.
But
Yes.
I at least tried to make it important to the character to have the pet, so it wasn't like a sprinkle the crimson
See,
weasel
that's
situation.
why you just pick a class that has a spell that gets you a pet, so you don't have to spend anything on it.
We do love gibberish.
Yeah. It is also great that you can do a spell one, because if you're like, oh shoot, we left him behind, at the dungeon, and then you're like,
Nope.
never mind.
I think I figured it out. It was core spawn, not star spawn.
Oh, yeah, because it was the core
Yes,
spawn worm was the big
core
thumb that we
spawn.
thought.
War
Seer.
spawn.
It was the core spawn seer. And yeah, they got Earth Glide. The seer can traverse through non-magical, unworked earth and stone. While doing so, the seer doesn't disturb the material it moves through. Magical resistance, multi-attack. They have their fission staff and their psychedelic orb, which is the one it wouldn't have been a crit because it's a saving throw. Yes, but the target must succeed on a DC 19 wisdom saving throw or take 5d10 psychic damage and suffer a random condition until the start of the seer's next turn. Roll a d6. 1 and 2 is blinded. 3 and 4 is frightened. 5 and 6 is stunned.
You must have just rolled like almost max damage, might have been the thing.
Mhm.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then your rat popped.
R.I.P. Mouse. Oh, and I
So-
forgot, I planned for campaign 3. I'm gonna try to get Ren a black cat because their whole thing is they're very superstitious. So I think it would be funny if they had a black cat.
Yeah, all of the stuff that's in Mordenkainen's and Volo's now says legacy next to it in the
I
listings.
saw that. Legacy. At least
'Cause
that means
it's-
you're not deleting it.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be going in. It's gonna all be compiled into
Yeah.
Mom.
Multiverse of Madness?
No,
No.
Monsters of Madness.
What?
Is Scarlet Witch in that one?
Madness of the multiverse?
No, it's Vermilion Wizard.
Red Lady.
I'm glad that you said Vermilion instead of Chartreuse, though. Usually people say Chartreuse, and that's incorrect.
I remember because we talked about this several times.
Chartreuse. I leave that in the bathroom.
Gazoon type?
Thanks. You know what I would think would be interesting to have as a pet?
What?
Because I'm looking at it right now.
What?
An Elder Brain Dragon.
Oh, one of the Illithid characters.
What if you just
Nice.
managed to go like, I know there are going to be people that are like, guys, they're always evil, but like, what if you found one that was just like, I'm actually just a good person.
I'm not
And-
bad. I'm just drawn that way.
Yeah. And they're like, I actually think you're really cool and I want to travel with you. Like, what if you just got an Elder Brain Dragon?
You'd probably just win.
Would you like them? Or would you
Yes.
think they're gross?
No. I want a Jabberwocky.
The one for D&D that came out in Fizzbands actually looks pretty weird.
I know. I want one. I want the Jabberwocky.
I mean, like, if I saw one in real life, or if my character saw one for the first time, they'd probably be like, that's actually disgusting. And then if it was like, hello, psychically speaking to me, it's like, I love you. They'd be like, okay, all right, I can use this. Like,
Okay, but the different reactions of
it's in real life.
what would be the different reactions of your character, like Victor versus Caiaphas, is the question.
well, okay. Victor would probably be like, yeah, we can trust you, get on it and kill it. Because the amount of times he's had psychic stuff talk to his head, that was almost his life being ended. He's like, Caiaphas would be like, good.
I can use this.
Yes.
And then we got just dragons in general would be interesting because having intelligent pets. That's an interesting dynamic there.
That's why I said they should be sidekicks. Or the sidekicks
I
should be
said
pets.
they should be sidekicks.
Sorry, I said the other way around. Sidekicks should be pets.
Dang.
They're intelligent. It's just that they eat out of a bowl. That's the difference.
Also, they changed the picture for the adult red dragon. What the heck?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, they changed the picture for it. Because I'm just looking through like dragons now and stuff. Huh. Weird. I do like it. Looks interesting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like any single person that's ever heard of Dungeons and Dragons before immediately was like, "Can I have a dragon?" Every person ever, I'm pretty sure. Everyone likes dragons. Everyone
Dragons
wants a
are
dragon.
cool.
Dragons
It is
are cool.
the name of the game.
It is also the name of the game. I'm a little counterculture in that respect where I'm like, dragons are fine. Give me the weird stuff. I want the aberrations.
You want the sticky icky.
Yes. They're still
Not the
intelligent.
spit and swallow?
No.
I think we need to tell the story
spit
of the
not swallow.
Yeah. I think we need to tell the story of the sticky icky and the kimono dragon.
Oh.
I can do that.
It wasn't originally called the Sticky Icky. That's a recent development.
I don't remember what it was. I think it was just a small gelatinous cube was what it was.
It was just some kind of slime.
It was some oobleck thing.
Yeah. I know. Like I said, everybody, I think, whenever they first play D&D, one of the things that maybe not at first, but give it like a week of playing D&D, like a week's worth of time playing D&D.
Or in our case, a week of playing D&D.
Yeah. Give people time. They're going to be like, I want a pet. What if I could have a pet? You know, it'll either be a min-maxer's dream where they're like more action economy like I used to be, or it's going to be like, oh, they're cute. I like them. Or if you're a dragon person, be like, they're wicked, awesome, and cool. I want to fly on it, you know. And so when I was playing, we played that first campaign, we played through Vivia 1, I was like, I want a pet. But I was playing an evil character, so I didn't want like a cat. Or I didn't want like, you know, just a normal pet, normal mount. So I went out of my way to be like, I'm trying to find the black pet market. But yes, I remember I was like, I want something wicked and out there that's different. And, you know, I was like, I want something that is not traditionally seen as a pet. And Levi was like, there's a slime, but there's also an even deadlier, more killy lizard. And I was like, slime. Slime weird. I want pet slime. I don't believe this is how well, no, some of the slimes in D&D work this way. I was getting it confused with gelatinous cube, because gelatinous cube where they don't actually like squeeze and move around. Mm-hmm. This slime was like straight up like movable water. Like it just would like slide into my coat or in my character's coat and hang out with me.
Oobleck.
Yes, it just chilled, and I love that thing. I used it in combat effectively, like once, and then I forget what happened to him. I believe he died during some of our incredibly dangerous excursions.
Probably. I feel like he was gone by the time we hit Lycania.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Maybe it was the Kraken situation.
You might have thrown it at the Kraken.
Or like when I fell in the water, it dissolved or something. I don't know how slimes work.
And then Taryn bought the incredibly dangerous lizard and then died. So then we lost track of the incredibly dangerous lizard in a city.
Yeah, we were like, guys, where's the lizard? And that's how you get sewer alligators.
That was the second question after, guys, what do we do with the dead body?
Drink. Where's the lizard?
I'm getting it.
It's right here. See, I have it on the leash.
There's bite marks on the leash.
I see the problem. Oh, do ya?
And then I also had my cool spider. But if I remember, I think we covered that in our character episode.
Yeah, but we can do it again.
It was a cool spider.
True.
Big spider for assassin rogue.
David.
Dave.
Id.
No, just Dave.
Id.
At least you're not doing what TJ does.
Jeff.
Yeah.
Jeffrey.
Now, I don't know what Caiaphas is going to do for a pet. I think I'm going to get a pet with Caiaphas. I'm thinking of getting the Find Familiar spell, but I'm not sure
like
if I want it or not.
Well, based off of everything you just explained, you probably won't want to do this. But I was going to say you could get like a cool matching like clockwork automaton to be your pet.
Oh, that would be cool.
That's what I was thinking about doing, is doing some sort of like little robot critter.
I think you're based off of what you just said, though. You wouldn't want a matching pet. You wouldn't want something that matches. You'd want something weirder.
I don't mind if it matches. I just don't want it to be, basic. I don't want dog. I don't want bird. I don't want lizard. I don't want something I can have in real life as a pet. Same reason why I play races that I can't be in real life.
Yeah. It's a fantasy game. Might as well go nuts.
You can be a Warforged. And Grandma has 2 metal knees.
Dude, how quickly can I get that? No.
Right now, if you have enough money.
Why do you need double knee replacements? You're perfectly healthy. Give me the metal knees.
I have metal needs for metal knees.
The Nat One Podcast does not advocate going to your local hospital and asking for knee replacement for no reason.
This is not health advice.
No, we are not held liable if you decide to replace your knees with robot knees.
But if you do, tweet us on Twitter so we can see how that went.
Oh God.
But yeah, I need to look through like the creature list of what Find Familiar can do and see what I want to do, because I don't know, maybe I'll get like a robot bird.
Why don't we look right now?
I can.
I can.
Well, actually, I can. But
yeah, you can. You don't have excuses anymore.
Dang it.
They fixed it.
You guys found out I've had internet the whole week.
You just wanted to do D&D over phone for shits and giggles yesterday.
Yeah.
See if it worked.
Yeah. Okay, Levi, you tell us your experience with pets, both as a DM and as a player with your cool
yeah, because you DM the most pets.
Well, being animals is an interesting experience, first of all, because I think, being like Terrence, being like a snake, it's like you don't do much as a snake because they don't really make a lot of noises. I probably would do more if like the snake was in combat, because then he'd make more noise. I think the most noise I've made as a pet was either as Dave or as Shiro's blink dog.
Yo, I forgot about Shiro's blink dog.
I remember that. That was
you did make a lot of spider noises.
The dogs, you just do the panting and stuff like that, and the that when they when the dogs do their jowl things, like that. But the spider, I can't even remember how I made those spider noises, but I did like the I can't even.
You did like some clickies in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even remember how I did that.
I couldn't do them, I know.
I think it was one of those sounds that like I spent time before sessions practicing it so I could remember how to do it. And now that's been so long since last I've seen my son that I can't do it anymore. But
bring back Dave and Vivia 3.
It's also interesting. Now. I will say, as a DM, it's really weird when like you're this and you've RP'd this animal for a while, and then suddenly the party's like, oh, by the way, we want to cast a spell to talk to it now. So now you're like, oh great. Now I can actually talk as this animal. What do I do? Like but yeah, my own experience with pets as a player, I have had 2 pets. One was a robot dog named Bolt when I played an artificer, but that was very brief and we didn't play for very long. So I didn't get to do much with him. But I was what's the one? It's the artificer that has the like steel defender. That's what it's called. And that's the whole thing, is like, it's a robot animal companion that you keep and it can do all these things. And that's part of its subclass. That's the one I was playing.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it.
And then my most current character that I'm playing, I actually haven't done a whole lot with my pet that I have because it's a Find Steed pet. So it's a paladin spell pet. And we bring it up because I actually did something with it in the very last session we played, which as of recording this was yesterday. So very recently I did something with it for like the first time in months. Where
actually probably like a year closer to.
Yeah, I cast the spell and changed it from one animal to another animal so that I could use it to help me search a room. I changed it to a mastiff and used the mastiff to help me search a room, which is interesting also that mastiff is one of the included things for Find Steed because it's just a dog, but the game apparently expects you to be able to ride it.
It's a very large dog.
I guess maybe if you're like a halfling or a gnome, that works. But I am a human woman, so I don't think I'm going to be able to ride the mastiff. But yeah, I used it to help me search. Which that's the thing too, is like, that's a usability for pets that's outside of combat, depending on what kind of pet you get. that's an advantage kind of for going for the traditional real world pets is people actually know what they could be good at because they're real animals that exist. So like dogs, we know dogs can sniff things out, and we know that certain animals are good at being pack animals better than others. We know that certain animals are maybe more hardy if it is something like they're going to be in combat, like horses. Stuff like that. That's a little bit more of an advantage to having the non-weird stuff, because then the weird stuff you have to be like, okay, now what is it good at? Because it's not real, so we gotta make it up. But looking at the Find Familiar spell, I got to it during all that. For Find Familiar, I believe this is also one of those spells that like it's like also just ask your DM if you don't like any of these options and see if they agree with you. But the ones that the spell lists, a spirit takes the animal form that you choose: a bat, crab, frog, hawk, lizard, octopus, owl, poisonous snake, fish, rat, raven, seahorse, spider, or weasel. Appearing in an unoccupied space within range, the familiar has the statistics of the chosen form, though it is a celestial, fey, or fiend, your choice, instead of a beast.
I actually did take that time while you were discussing your pets to look over just the available monsters in D&D, looking at low CR monsters that are constructs, and I think I found a couple options, but they have to be made, found, or bought, or otherwise possibly summoned.
Okay.
There's some pretty cool ones.
Well, hit us with them.
Well, I wanted something that could fly. That way I don't have to like prepare the fly spell. So I found like a metal wasp.
Ooh.
That seems pretty cool. It's got a 50-foot fly speed. It is medium though, so I would have to get like a bigger one.
That's a huge wasp.
I know.
Well, it is a robot
terrifying.
wasp.
There's also a thing called a winged thrall, but it's a small, so that's not going to work. I was also considering somehow like talking about getting like an animated flying armor.
Oh my god. That's just power armor.
Yeah. But no, I just ride on it, not in it.
You have an evil Iron Man suit that you can't wear. You just ride it.
Yes. There's also actually something called a clockwork dragon. It's only CR1. And it's also medium. But it's cool.
What, are you telling me you don't want one of the Modrons?
No, I really don't. I really, really don't. They look so awful.
You don't want a clockwork horror?
Yes.
Actually, maybe. I have to look at the picture. That was CR2, so I was like, I'm kind of pushing it.
I don't. The CR system is stupid because intellect devourers are also a CR2 and intellect devourers are not a CR2.
I think I know what pet I want now. Intellect devourer.
No, it just rides on top of your head.
In your head, no.
And now we're back to who's the pet.
There's a clockwork bet here. Oh my god, that's cool.
There's also a glass Pegasus.
Ooh.
So that's not quite my vibe.
Pegasus.
Yeah, like sustainable.
Copyright.
Those are the most without me getting too high up, without me going like, yeah, can you just give me like an adult red dragon if it were a construct? There is a mecha chimera as well.
I think that's what you should do with your wish spell instead of ending the world.
That'd
Just
be
get
nice.
an adult red dragon pet.
What if I got the living lightning bolt as a pet?
I mean, wouldn't be impossible. Especially if you used a wish spell.
What are some of the highest tiered
living wish spell? How does that even work?
A retriever. That's just a dog. Canopic golem. That's cool. Anyway, also a dragon bone golem. But
bone golem.
So we'll see. But we got to talk about our mount situation that we've had in the past. Because
our group's not very big on mounts.
Yeah.
We're not very good at keeping mounts.
If we separate mounts from pets, we're really bad at mounts.
We're really bad at mounts. Unless somebody has a magical one that is only dispelled and not flat out murdered.
Yeah. But we either leave ours in a situation where like, oh no, and now the stable's on fire, and then we just go, just book it.
Or one of us was the one that set the stables on fire.
Yeah. Or it'll be like, okay, we showed up to this dungeon. Let's go inside. And then at the end of the dungeon, there's like a teleporter. And we're like, well, Hope those mounts are happy. And we just never go back for them.
They just buy new ones.
The most recent example was we bought a sky turtle and was it a sky turtle or was it a sky whale? We bought some kind of, it was a major purchase. We bought a whale that we were able to ride around in and left it and the guy driving it outside of like a really dangerous area and just left him there. And now we're on the other side of the continent.
We didn't show back up after a certain amount of time.
Okay, but they might have just killed him.
They might have.
They
probably did.
Pertusa, tell us, is the whale dead? Is the driver dead?
You had the warranty on both of them.
We did have a warranty,
That's
which is
not
horrible.
Helpful.
Yes, it is. That casts a death ward on both of them. No. Real magic warranty. Death ward.
Man.
No, that would probably be, what's that spell? Contingency. You make it cast revivify if you die. That's your contingency.
I think that's a homebrew.
Smart. No, contingency is real.
Is it?
Yeah, it's a 6th level glyph of warding, but it's not as restricted.
Dang, that's pretty good then. I thought it was so good. I thought it was homebrew.
Yeah.
No. Well, you know how glyph of warding, it had like a lot of restrictions, like you can't move more than 10 feet from the casting and all that.
Yeah.
Contingency is less restricted, but it's 6th level, so no half casters can get it.
Yeah.
Only full cast, so it becomes a little bit more cost heavy, I guess. But it is very nice.
I'm trying to think what other compromising situations we've left mounts in because we're really not good at keeping mounts alive. I feel like we've also just like accidentally killed a couple when we've been in mounted combat.
Editor's note. As of the airing of this episode, the last session of D&D that we played did feature mounted combat, and as predicted, several horses were harmed in the making of that combat.
Where the horses get hit and we're just like, oh shit.
Oh, this makes me feel bad, but it's true. We've also been like, oh, my horse is like down to half HP, and then just didn't heal them.
Yeah, and then just left them somewhere.
Yeah, I feel bad for admitting that, but it did happen. Also, this is imaginary creatures in our head.
But I feel like it says now something about us that we feel bad.
I feel like. Yeah.
Implicit associations test, aka D&D.
I think that's a good sign that we feel bad though, because I would feel worse if we were just senselessly killing them left and right and just being like, they're not real.
Makes you a good person.
Yeah, there you go.
I have been seeing an increasing amount of people in my psychology classes that are like, yeah, I play D&D, and I'm not sure if it's just like more D&D players or if it's like psychology, D&D is therapy. Like,
well, what's that one? Correlation does not equal causation.
Yeah. I could also just.
What if it does?
But what if it did?
You should do a study on that.
No. My dream is just, whoa. I just came up with a new character idea.
Yo!
Cat mom. Crazy cat lady.
Okay. What's her class?
Swarm Keeper Ranger.
Yes!
Just cats.
Just cats.
Great.
I love it.
That's my fantasy. I'm living out my dream if I can do that.
That's Caiaphas's backup character now.
Cat Swarm Mom. Backup character.
That's
his backup plan if he can't get the world domination.
Just become a crazy cat lady.
Become a cat lady.
Well, dang it. It didn't work. All right, guys. I'm off to the nearest town. I have to go buy some cats.
Come here, kitty. Just don't. He's a warforged, so I could just like douse myself in salmon guts.
No!
Back to the cats.
If you expect any of us to continue adventuring with you, no, you will not.
It'll be a whole baptism by salmon. His name will no longer be Caiaphas Golgotha, aka
Cataphas.
Yeah, it'll be. That's good. Cataphas Meow Mix.
I love that this is the plan. So then we really need to ensure that you don't go your world domination plan because I need to see this happen.
God.
I only need 3 levels of Ranger to get the Swarm Keeper thing. So you have to stop me at level 17.
And it's not a world domination plan. It's
True.
a world ending plan.
True. That's true. That's what brings him around. But all the kitty cats that would go.
You would kill all the cats. That's why Ren needs a pet cat, because that's the first one.
It's all
Brenna's
come
just like,
together.
look at this face. You can't kill this face.
Oh, internally, she's right. They're right. That's right. I remember Rin. But yeah, that's generally our path with pets currently. I don't know who on earth would have a problem with having pets in D&D. Like,
We'll
Me.
keep you updated if Taryn gets a pet aboleth.
please.
I'll keep you
Or
updated
if the
if
aboleth
the aboleth gets a pet Terran.
Also, though, we do gotta say there are some NPCs that are pretty much pets, not in the way of like, whoa, they're pets, but like goat, guys.
Oh, we love goat.
Yes.
We love goat.
If I say this fully functioning adult creature, this person, cognizant person, is going to encounter danger, you guys are like, no,
You can't kill
can't
goat. It was either goat or Kyle, and Kyle was the one that had to fight it.
Or if I say, Levi, I'm gonna hurt your dog, I mean your fantasy boyfriend.
You don't touch him.
See?
The goat, Zosime, and Thalassa are the off-limits NPCs, and Zamda's parents. Zamda's parents are also not allowed to be harmed after the last time.
They're not pets. You can love your parents. What are you saying in real life? You're comparing your parents to pets?
They're not.
No, I was saying they're part of the list of untouchable NPCs.
Okay.
I was
But
not
there's-
calling them pets.
Oh. But there are like a handful of parties, I'm sure, that there's like a beloved NPC that's just like cute and you want to protect them, cinnamon roll NPC that pretty much becomes a talking pet.
Did you guys have one?
I don't mind that, though.
I'm trying to think if we had one in Vivia too. I don't think we did.
Taryn.
Did. He wasn't an
He
NPC.
wasn't an NPC. And he
Wasn't
was
he?
really
No.
useful. He invented time travel.
And I don't think you guys wanted to protect him.
That's true.
We did routinely throw him in the face of danger.
I actually killed him.
Yeah,
twice.
you actually
Shit.
killed him.
I don't know if we had an
I don't
NPC
think we had-
pet.
No, because everybody was pretty like involved. I think that's what
Yeah.
like is the qualifier between the two.
I would have said that Victor's wife would have been, but that was not really like a pet relationship. That was like an actual relationship.
No, Nina was really important.
Yeah.
Nina regrew Shiro's limbs. We needed
Yeah.
Nina.
And it wasn't also like he didn't just go like, oh, you're my favorite. She's like, haha. It was like a very involved like discussions of like
Yeah.
of what you're allowed to do or what you want to do, all that stuff.
Especially at the end.
Yes.
Victor got in trouble.
I don't know what would be like a pet like relationship though. Quillish, does that count?
Quillish might be the closest thing. Yeah, we
That's
love
like the
Quillish.
crazy rescue that's got a bug eye that we found.
What's the meme? Like, yes, this dog is purebred, and we paid $5,000 for him. I found him behind a dumpster.
We call him Rusty. Yes. Yeah, I think it was Quillish.
Probably Quillish.
That's the thing is like in actual D&D lore, Quillish is supposed to be like this really smart. I mean, he is really
He was
smart. in
brilliant.
my
He was
world,
just
too,
insane.
But like I made him insane as
He was
well.
a gremlin.
But in regular D&D lore, he's just supposed to be like a smart artificer.
Oh man. Let us know in the comments or on the talk or on Twitter if you have an NPC pet in your party. Something so beloved you won't let the DM hurt them.
It's like the inverse of that meme I posted the other day, which was that one of the like the two cartoon characters and one's with the leash and
This just makes me think of that meme. We always come back to it. The one from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
What? This is Arlo. I've only had him for a day, and if anybody, that's actually the dog's name. I was looking at the actual meme the other day. The dog's name is Arlo.
Oh, that's funny. But yes, that meme. It's DM introduces new NPC. Hi, everyone. If something happened to them, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Us at Goat every time he enters the room.
Oh.
Even when Goat joined a chaos cult, we were like, "Oh, buddy, you can do no wrong. You did so good."
You guys literally had to be like, "Are they that bad?" Because Goat was
Goat
there.
was there. We had a crisis of faith because Goat said they were good.
and it turned out they weren't
friend
actually
time.
that bad.
True.
They were just like some nerds, pretty much. Like honestly, it was pretty much the equivalent of like a D&D club.
They were just hanging out in the basement of the temple doing their magic shit.
Yeah, it's like one of those old '80s clubs where they hang around and dance in their cloaks. They don't play D&D, but they pretty much love like the D&D lore. They say they drink like goat's blood, but then they bring fruit punch down out of the fridge.
Kool-Aid,
Yeah.
They call it goat's blood because goat makes it.
Goat named it, and they didn't have the heart to tell him that it was just Hawaiian punch.
They tried telling him that, and every time they did, he punched somebody.
We need to find Goat again. I miss Goat.
Yes,
been
we
a
have
while.
a great big reunion right now, but that's pretty much all I can think to say about pets and mounts. I do think, I mean, I know there's some groups that probably play with like regular mounts and pets that are around and super involved. I think I would love to try that, but man, it's hard.
It's just so hard to keep the mounts alive.
Yes, if we had like the same 2 horses or something else that led our carriage for like forever, that'd be so cool, and we'd probably bond with them, especially if one of us eventually got speak with animals.
Dave. Wait,
Yeah.
You're describing Dave.
Yeah, but Dave was there and then gone. I'm talking someone that's there, like we buy our carriage, we get horses, they're there till the end of the campaign.
That's
would
the
love
goal
that.
for Vivia 3.
Yes.
We get a consistent carriage, and then we learn speak with animals to speak with the horses.
At the very end, we've hated every moment of our time with you.
You guys are all such bad people.
We watched everything. We will testify.
We're just stuck to this carriage. We couldn't get away. You know how heavy this thing is?
Especially the metal one.
I was about to say, he's made of copper.
Yeah. Now, you guys got any other plans for pets in upcoming campaigns?
No, other than rent Black Cat, I've got nothing. Oh wait, I need to get Arlo a pet. I've been saying I need to get Arlo a pet, and I
True.
haven't done it yet because we've been preoccupied with a lot of things and are still preoccupied with a lot of things.
You do have a rock collection. That's pretty much
I
a
do
pet.
have a rock collection. She does have many pet rocks.
Levi.
I don't have any. I mean, I rarely ever think of pets when I'm going to go to play D&D. But maybe now, because we've had this discussion, I'll think about it a lot more.
Well,
I
and
like
also
that.
now you have gibberish.
Yeah.
I do have gibberish now. I mean, I've always had gibberish. He's just had a different name. And I also forgot that he existed.
Yeah. Them's pets. Everybody, tell us what you think about pets. I think that's the end of our episode. I don't know if there's anything else to talk. Whoa. Whoa.
That's what I think about pets.
Hi, this is Jordan from Nat One Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode you just listened to, and we hope that you come back for more soon. If you'd like to keep up with the zany shenanigans of our lives and the different things that we do, you can find us on Twitter, TikTok, Spotify, YouTube, Castbox, and Anchor. We look forward to seeing you again soon. And hey, thanks.